Hello, this is Dr. Shelley here. Good to see you on a Tuesday live. I'm glad to have you here with me. So let me know when you come on, say hi, and I will see your comments in the chat. We are here live on live stream, just got a delivery. And I am Dr. Shelley Nash. I'm an elite level mindset coach, and I am the person who runs the Living Powerfully community, and I'm so happy to have you here. So if you're here, let me know where you're here from and what you're excited about for today's topic. Do you get triggered? That is our topic for the day. You can see that I have a cat with me today over on the side, and hopefully the cat will be good. So first thing I wanted to make an announcement is that I just released the registration for my next free workshop that takes place within the Living Powerfully community. It is going to be June 7th through the 11th. It's called Mindset Mastery to Riches, Unlock Your Genius to 10x Your Income. And so I'll put the link here below for that. I actually have a new tool I can use to put that link up here so you can see it right away. So there is the link for that. It's Mindset Mastery to Riches, and it's a bit.ly link, so you can sign up for that. I'll put it below later if you want to just click and go. Also, there are some links that are in the Facebook group already, as well as in Instagram in my bio. So wherever you're seeing this, you can find your way to Mindset Mastery to Riches. And what we're really going to be doing is going through 5 days of learning what it takes to shift your mind to get the riches that you want in all areas of your life. So I'll take that down for now. So let me know who's here. And you also want to make sure you click the StreamYard button so I can see your name and see your profile when you come on and have any questions for me. And then also you want to just make sure that when you're watching the replay, let me know, pound replay, that you've watched that too. And if you have any questions for replay, feel free to do that. But let's get into this. Do you get triggered? Well, that's the question. So if you do, put yes in the chat. If you've been triggered recently, put yes in the chat. And I just this came up for myself actually a few weeks ago, and I thought this would be a great topic to talk about, because I know that when I didn't understand what was happening, it was a lot more intense and I felt more out of control. So with understanding, we can really take charge of ourselves and our lives in a deeper way. So what is triggered really? So something happens, someone says something, and you have an overreaction. And it doesn't seem like you should be overreacting for the situation that you are in, or about the certain situation that's happening, but you are. And it doesn't feel like you can brush it off easily, and it keeps bothering you for days, even weeks, and maybe even longer. So maybe your reaction is even so strong that you can't stop crying for days. That we have a visitor, that you go in and out of these crying episodes for days, and maybe it's incapacitating you. And and that's what I want to help you with today is that if you're getting triggered in such a strong way that it's keeping you from living your life, then you need to understand how to get yourself out of that situation quicker. I'm not saying that it won't happen ever again after you learn some things, but when it does, you can understand what's happening and shift some things for yourself. So and oftentimes it's having this strong reaction that doesn't even seem warranted for what just happened. So what does it really mean to be triggered? Does it happen to you often, or does it happen to you occasionally? What do you do when you're triggered now? What are some of the techniques that you have that you do now? Are you journaling? Are you, getting yourself out of the situation? Are you doing self-care? Whatever you're doing, you're probably doing some good things. So I just wanted to give you a few examples first off about, what might be happening when you're getting triggered. So something happens. Someone says something and it hits you in a really strong way, more than normal. What is happening? Why can't you just brush it off? And it might be in the reverse. It might be you're having a discussion with your mate or a friend, and it becomes a strong discussion, a strong maybe argument, and the other person seems to be reacting super strong, stronger than what it seems like they should be reacting. And you kind of like get confused because they're acting so strong, and it should be just like almost a yes or no, or it doesn't seem to be warranted, the strong reaction that they're having. And if you've been in therapy, you might have heard, one solution for that is just to take a break, to walk away from the situation and come back when you're both calmer and when you can think more rationally. So that is a solution when it's involving one person and that person overreacted, and it's really hard for them to let go of the situation. But what's happening at that time? So let's talk about the mind and help you to understand how the mind works a little bit on this call. And so if you've studied the mind, there's two major aspects to the mind. And there's many more aspects. We're going to talk about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So in your conscious mind, it's basically your logic, your reasoning, your ability to calculate numbers, to figure things out. And in your conscious level of mind, you can accept ideas from the outside, or you can reject ideas. We're connected to our outside world through our conscious mind and what we call antennas that come out from our conscious mind, which are our senses. And so we're connected by hearing, seeing, tasting, touching, and smelling things. And mostly what hearing and seeing really affects us. And we're connected to other people through our senses as well. So the conscious mind also has this ability to reject ideas from the outside. And this is probably one of the best tools to learn of your conscious mind, is that you don't have to accept everything everyone says as true. And you in particularly don't want to accept it and get emotionally involved in it, because when you get emotionally involved with ideas, then those ideas and thoughts and feelings get transported into your subconscious level of mind. So the subconscious level of mind is really your emotional mind, your feeling mind. And a couple of things about the subconscious mind is that it can only accept. It can only accept what it's given, and it responds based on what it accepts. So, for example, when we talk about this a lot in what you think about comes about. Well, it's really what you feel comes about. So once you've taken on something emotionally, that's what's going to change your body and you're going to take action in a certain way. And then you're going to, through the law of attraction or the law of cause and effect, what's going to come back to you is something of a like vibration. So you can only accept with your subconscious mind. Actually, you can't consciously do it. It accepts everything that you get emotionally involved with. It accepts everything that you don't reject. So also, a big part of being triggered in the subconscious mind is the fact that there is no time in the subconscious mind. Everything that ever was is right now. There is no sense of time in the subconscious mind. Everything that happened when you were a child is happening in your subconscious right now. And it may not be activated, you might not be aware of it, but the neurological connections are there. If you're not aware of it, I was a former doctor of chiropractic, studied a system of a technique that dealt with releasing kind of the neurological attachments, emotional attachments in the mind-body connection. So I have a lot of experience and knowledge on this subject. But that is the biggest thing in the subconscious mind, and being triggered, there's no time. So in the subconscious mind, you have everything that was conditioned into you when you were younger, programmed into you when you were younger. We call everything that's in the subconscious mind a paradigm. And that paradigm includes habits that you have, beliefs that you have, whether they're working for you or against you. they're still held in your subconscious mind, and also your self-image, the image you hold of yourself. So if you want to change something about yourself, something about your results, you have to look at changing what is being held in that paradigm, that programming in your subconscious mind. But for today's talk on getting triggered, this is where it comes in, the no sense of time. So when you're triggered, and I guess I could preface it because I've put my spin on this. I haven't really read this anywhere. And maybe I have, and I've put it together in my own way, but this is what I believe happens when you get triggered. So when you get triggered, you are instantaneously, neurologically taken back in time, through your subconscious mind, which has no time, to a same or similar situation that happened in the past that is still unresolved. And because it's still unresolved, it's imprinted on your heart, and it's imprinted on your mind. It's imprinted into your thoughts. And you may still have some resentment or anger or frustration around a same or similar event from the past. And it just bubbles up at this time that you're having this experience with another person or another situation, and it comes right up to the surface, and it's as if you are living in that moment over again, exactly right now in the present time. And so that's why it feels so strong, is because it's not only the current condition or situation, it's the reminder of the same or similar situation in the past. And often I tell people in that second example, when someone you're talking to overreacts, if you can recognize that they're overreacting because they potentially have been taken back to when they were 5 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, something same or similar happened, and they're triggered by what's been said because they have some unresolved things from their past that they haven't completely let go of. The memory of those things comes to them unconsciously, and it becomes a stronger reaction. So that's why when you go to therapy and they say you're having something like that with your spouse, they say, take a break, take a time out, because nothing is going to get solved when someone is reacting from another time and space really to a current situation. It's just, you can't figure that out. That's kind of a no-win situation. And it's a no-win situation for you too. So what you want to do when you're, let's just talk about you being triggered about someone said something or something happened and you feel triggered. You get highly emotional about something. You kind of know it's stronger than it should be, and it becomes like all encompassing. It's all you can think about for hours, maybe even a day or 2 days. So what you want to do is ask yourself, is there a time in my life when there was a same or similar situation that happened, when I had these same or similar feelings that are coming up right now? And if you can locate that time period for yourself, then you can kind of make some more sense of it. It may be difficult for you to locate that time period when you're actually in the trigger, when it's happening, and it might be something that you recognize afterwards. And this is a process I help my clients go through. And so it's something I teach you how to recognize those patterns and then to actually go back and let go of those. But one thing you want to ask yourself is it true? Is the trigger, the trigger is usually, it triggers something that you feel about yourself or you think about yourself. Just to give you an example, it's like somebody inferred that you were stupid and you felt stupid, and maybe in an earlier time in your childhood, a teacher called you stupid, or maybe it was just inferred that you were not smart, and so it came up again. And so you want to ask yourself, is it true? Am I stupid, or am I not smart? And when did that originally come from, that feeling of not being smart enough? And stupid is the stronger word for it, but not being smart enough, comparing yourself to others who felt smarter than you. So Is it really true? Was it true then? And is it true now? Is it true that you're not smart enough or you're stupid now? And if it's not true, then what is true? And so when we were younger, remember, our subconscious mind can only accept ideas. So it accepted everything around us that was told to us, that was implied to us, that was done around us, what we saw and heard happening around us, actions that were happening. We took it all on as, this is how you should act, this is how you should think, this is what's true. And we didn't have any ability to reject ideas. And this happens from 0 to 6 in particularly, where you're just like a sponge and you take everything on. So you always want to ask when you're triggered, is it true? Is it the truth? And what is the truth about myself? And again, when you're triggered, this may be difficult, but if you end up doing some journaling about why you're triggered, you might be able to make some sense of that. Maybe go back and watch this video and walk yourself through it. So the thing is with being triggered is you can get through this feeling, so you can more easily handle this situation of being triggered in the future. And the more skills you get at getting yourself through these situations, the more quickly and easily and effectively you can move through these. I'm not going to tell you the secrets of how I help people get through this. That's what people coach with me for. And but I'm going to give you some ideas about what it's about. And so one of the things I take my clients through is actually a process of forgiveness. Forgiveness meaning to give as before, so that they don't get hung up on these things and backslide, go back and forth as they're trying to move forward to their current goals and the current success that they want in their life. So oftentimes we'll hit these speed bumps and we don't know really what it's about. So we want to look at anyone that we're holding resentment towards, any situation we have resentment towards, we don't have good feelings about, and forgive that situation. To give as before. And really forgiveness is really not about the other person. It's about setting yourself free from the situation and the feelings that are holding you captive to that particular event or person, because the reason it hasn't been forgiven, it hasn't been let go of. So we don't want you to have any more wasted time suffering and wondering what's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There are some things that you never learned growing up, you never even learned as an adult. That is why I'm doing this talk, is really to help you understand a little bit more about the neurology of being triggered and what's happening in your mind. If you think of it as a neurological connection that you need to break in order for that same type of trigger to not happen again, then that's a good way to think about it. The interesting thing is that we have so many neurologically connected brain waves that there's so many patterns in us to change. We just keep changing one at a time and one at a time. And eventually you do change and you actually become almost a different person when you start rewiring these patterns in your brain. And you've probably heard that it's fairly common to hear to rewire your thinking or rewire your brain. But it's actually almost true, is how a good way to think about it. So you will also begin to love yourself in a new way, which then completely heals the past hurts and allows you to move forward, with ease. And you'll learn to stand by yourself and maybe that broken, hurt, injured part of yourself from the past, and take her with you, walk with her into your future life, hand in hand and step by step. And so that, it gives you more courage, to let go and to forgive and be released, and know that you've got your back. You've got yourself, you are in charge of yourself, and you're stepping back into your power and really releasing anybody else from that duty. So Another aspect of this part of getting triggered is something I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor, and it makes a whole lot of sense. So think about that situation when you're in with another person and somebody's reacting, overreacting. And so what he says is that when you react, you give your control away to the other person. But if you take the time to respond, or you respond from a calm and effective place, then you're in charge. You're in control of the situation. So do you want to be in control, or do you want to be giving up your power, giving up your control? So the more you learn to come from a place of responding to any situation that happens, the more you're in control from the inside out and the control of your life. And even if your response is, let's take a moment, this is too intense, let's take a break, come back and talk when we're calmer. Even that is a better response. If you feel that, they call it cobra up, that defense mechanism bubbling up inside of you when something happens, it's just like, if you can trigger yourself to say, I need to take a break. I need to see what's going on with myself. Why did I react that way? Why did I want to defend myself? Why did I react, like the cobra, and or want to react like the cobra? Really take a break, and then take some time to evaluate. If this is sounding like something that you need to learn, this process that I take my clients through, then definitely send me a DM, get on a call with me, and we can talk it through. We can see what the best coaching method would be for you. I have several different coaching systems that I take people through, and I would love to talk to you about what could help you best. So if there are no further questions, I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday for whatever topic we decide to talk about. And also, please make sure to register for Mindset Mastery to Riches, which is the free 5-day workshop coming up June 7th through the 11th, where we'll be talking about how to shift your mindset in order to get riches in all areas of your life, how to unlock your genius to 10x your income and really claim the success that you want and deserve. So with that, I hope you have a fabulous Tuesday, and I'll be talking to you soon.